The NBC Radio City building in Los Angeles was born out of a moment when radio was not just entertainment, but the beating heart of the American culture. Back then, radio was king. Constructed between 1936 and 1938 at the famous intersection of Sunset Boulevard and Vine Street, it became the West Coast headquarters of the National Broadcasting Company, at a time when Hollywood itself was rapidly transforming into the global capital of media. The move from San Francisco to Los Angeles reflected a deeper shift. Radio was merging with film, celebrity culture, and eventually television, all converging in Southern California. The building was designed by architect John C. Austin, one of Los Angeles' most influential designers, also responsible for landmarks like City Hall and Griffith Observatory. His vision for NBC Radio City embraced the streamlined modern style, a late evolution of Art Deco characterized by smooth curves, horizontal lines, glass block walls, and metallic accents. The structure itself featured rounded corners, long band of windows, and a sleek blue-green facade trimmed with aluminum, giving it a futuristic appearance that echoed the optimism of the machine age. Inside, the building was a marvel of broadcasting technology. It housed multiple radio studios designed for live audiences, executive offices, and control rooms that reflected the cutting edge engineering of the era. The layout was highly functional, with different wings dedicated to production and administration. At a time when radio shows were performed like live theater, the building was essentially a hybrid between a studio complex and a performance venue, buzzing daily with actors, musicians, announcers, and technicians. One of the most notable moments in the building's history came in 1949 when NBC launched its Los Angeles television station KMBH, now KNBC, directly from Radio City. This marked a pivotal transition from radio to television, with the building adapting, at least temporarily, to a new era of broadcasting. However, this evolution also exposed its limitations. Designed for radio, the studios quickly became too small and technically outdated for the rapidly expanding demands of television production. There are also some fascinating bits of trivia tied to the building. During its construction, the public was invited to watch the progress, turning it into a spectacle in itself, fitting for a media headquarters. His design emphasized not just function but showmanship, symbolizing NBC's dominance and ambition on the West Coast. Some accounts even described elaborate interior decoration, including murals and highly stylized lobbies that captured the spirit of radio, reinforcing the idea that broadcasting was both technology and art. Despite its significance, NBC Radio City had a surprisingly short life. By the early 1960s, the building was already considered obsolete. NBC shifted operations to its new, larger, television focused facilities in Burbank, the famous NBC Television City. And in 1964, the once iconic structure was demolished. In less than 3 decades, it had gone from cutting edge innovation to a relic of a bygone era, a reminder of how quickly media technology evolves. What makes the loss of NBC Radio City particularly striking is not just architectural but cultural. Buildings like these were physical embodiments of an era when media felt tangible, when voices traveled through wires and studios pulsed with live performance energy. Today, much of that world has become digital, invisible, and decentralized. Yet the memory of such places persists, sometimes in unexpected ways. And this is a good example in video games like City Skylines. We often recreate idealized cities filled with mid-century modern and Art Deco-inspired structure. Even if NBC Radio City itself is gone, its spirit lives on in the digital skylines, rebuilt, reimagined, and preserved in pixels and 3D models and textures. In that sense, the building was never truly lost. It simply moved from concrete and steel into memory, design language, and virtual worlds, where it continues to inspire how we imagine the cities of both the past and the future.